Hi, Shari Levitin here with my new puppy, Mia, and it got me thinking about training, because goodness knows, puppies need a lot of training. Well, so do we as salespeople and sales leaders. We need to continually learn and grow. But it got me thinking, why is it that so much sales training simply doesn't work? In fact, research shows 90% of sales training is completely forgotten within 30 days. So 3 things you need to do to have and leverage an effective sales training program. A sales training program, in order to produce results, needs to be effective, scalable, and sustainable. Let's unpack that a little bit. When I talk about effective, when you're looking to either outsource training or do internal training, you need to make sure that you're philosophically aligned, that you share the same values as whoever is delivering that training. So what do you stand for? What's important to you? Another part of effective is, for training to work, you need to leverage adult learning theory principles. What does that mean? Well, according to adult learning theory, people retain 10% of what they hear, 50% of what they see and hear, and 90% of what they say and do. If you're not retaining, or your sales people aren't retaining, it's probably because you're hearing what to do, or as a leader, you're telling them what to do. Training needs to be interactive. We need to engage with it. Besides, I always say, people don't believe it when they say it. People don't believe it when we say it. They believe it when they say it. Number 2, a training program needs to be scalable. This is so important today. A lot of you have multiple sites, multiple offices, you've got remote salespeople, and unless you can scale quickly, training is ineffective. Besides, unless your training is on a mobile device, you can't scale it. You've got to be able to have access to many modules quickly where you are. The average millennial changes devices 25 times per waking hour. Training needs to come to where people are. No more whiteboards, please, people. Let's get with the program, okay? So it needs to be effective. It needs to be scalable. That also means you're using the same language. So a lot of times we'll go to a site, we'll be with a client, and they're using all these acronyms, and new hires don't understand what they are. So we need a common language that everybody uses across the board so that we can scale our concepts. And finally, to produce ROI, a training program needs to be sustainable. Now, if you've been around for as long as I have, you may remember the Jetsons cartoon. My favorite part of the Jetsons is when Spacely, the boss, would say to Jetson, "Jetson, you're fired." He fired him all the time. You need to be able to fire your training company or your trainer. Why? Because we need to transfer the competency out into the field, out to the trainers, out to the coaches. What does that mean? Coaches, you need to know how to coach. You need a coach the coach program, because coaching will move the needle more than anything. Problem is, there's not a lot of coach the coach training programs. So, as you look at either taking a training program or having an effective training program in your company, so you don't have any accidents, make sure it's effective, scalable, and sustainable. This is Shari Levitin, wishing you a great week.